2. Colonization and conflict. 1001 to 2000. In the early 1600s, Britain began settling on the eastern coast of North America. In 1607, Jamestown, Virginia became the first permanent English settlement. In 1620, the Pilgrims founded Plymouth Colony in Massachusetts. Over time, 13 colonies grew along the Atlantic coast, from Georgia in the south to Massachusetts in the north. Each colony had different motivations. Some were built for profit, others for religious freedom, and some for opportunity. Life in the colonies was hard. Harsh winters, unfamiliar land, and tense relations with native tribes tested the settlers. Over the next century, the colonies developed distinct identities. They had local governments, militias, and economies based on farming, trade, and slave labor, especially in the South. But Britain kept a tight grip, controlling trade and laws. Things came to a boil in the mid-1700s. The French and Indian War from 1754 to 1763 was a major conflict between Britain and France over territory in North America. The British won, but the war left them deep in debt. To pay it off, they taxed the colonies heavily. The Stamp Act, the Sugar Act, the Townshend Acts. Colonists protested. No taxation without representation. They had no voice in British Parliament but were forced to pay for wars they didn't start. In 1770, tensions exploded in the Boston Massacre. British soldiers killed 5 unarmed colonists. Then, in 1773, came the Boston Tea Party. Disguised as Mohawk Indians, patriots dumped British tea into Boston Harbor. The British retaliated with the Intolerable Acts, punishing Massachusetts and closing the harbor. In response, the colonies formed the First Continental Congress in 1774. They began preparing for war. Large Diamond Section 3. Revolution and the Birth of a Nation. 2001-30. In April 1775, British troops clashed with colonial militias at Lexington and Concord. The American Revolutionary War had begun. A year later, on July 4, 1776, the colonies declared independence. The Declaration of Independence, written by Thomas Jefferson, declared that all men are created equal, and that governments derive their power from the people. But freedom wouldn't come easy. The war raged for 8 years.